obviously. I mean, one of the points that I reiterate is like, look, when gringos first came to South America in the 80s and the 90s, I mean, it's recorded. Jonathan Ott and Terence McKenna both had to say to the curanderos, you know, put more chartreuse in so they get the DMT. That is really recorded, and because the doses that they're giving people traditionally is just very light DMT, so they had to figure out a way to give, you know, this is also in Colombia, and you've got this phenomena also in also Brazil, I'm sure to some degree, though I haven't been to those areas in Brazil. I've been in lots of places in Brazil. That they've had to find a way to give the tourists what they're looking for, which is the visions, and make a ceremony that they would not traditionally make, and figure out how to do that in a way that worked. And so this is only a few decades that they've done this, you know. So for me, when I drank with all those curanderos in 2005, 2006, the message I got was like, okay, well, that's nice. We'll go back to Australia and keep doing what you were doing and sharing the medicine and developing how you were doing your work. And so what I did, I mean, how I describe it now is pretty much medicalized ayahuasca. You know, if there was going to be a model for medicalized ayahuasca, I developed that. You know, it's basically non-traditional group work. And I mean, and I wasn't the first to work within that kind of model. People like Louis Edouard Luna, who pioneered giving ayahuasca to people in places like South Africa and different places in Europe. He and I basically use the same model, which is, okay, we're going to create a conducive space for you to experience this medicine. We're going to play music and allow you to go on this journey without trying to control you and impose any structure or guidance upon your body, mind, emotional system. So, I wasn't the first to do, but in Australia, I mean, I couldn't tell you the amount of people who thought that this was just heretical to do ayahuasca in that manner. And now I think it's not exactly mainstream, but there are quite a lot of people serving non-traditional ayahuasca all around the place these days, and it's not considered as edgy and crazy as it used to be, because also a lot of those people, some of the more developed practitioners as well, some of the people who are, to be honest, more in integrity, because it's a shit show out there. You know, I continually say, okay, 90% of them just avoid, don't go near them. They're marketing to you. They're exploiting your illusions and delusions and giving you what they think you want, but not what you need.
Yeah, and in some cases, they're actually like hijacking your energy and like,
oh yeah,
feeding on you pretty much like a vampire.
Well, they're not feeding on you, but they've been co-opted and captured by entity groups. So that's why they often become very cultic. And so, yeah, this is dangerous stuff that's going on out there. And I think it's 80-90% of people are caught up in that sort of thing. And okay, well, it's easier to make fun of them and joke about the costumes they're wearing and how they're behaving, but you know, people are getting re-traumatized by this BS. And but then again, my attitude is, well, 80-90% of people doing anything are completely useless. You know, try finding a good therapist. Like, good luck to you.
Yeah.
It's like 98% of them are ridiculously bad. Try finding a good massage. Try finding someone who fixes. You know, try finding a good mechanic. Good luck.
Yeah. Dude, that's a really good point.
But yeah, then we're dealing with people's psychological, spiritual well-being. Okay, then it's a problem. You know. But then again, try finding a good surgeon. You got all these kind of surgeons like slashing and slashing people up, and you know.
Yeah.
So it's just society acclimatizes. You know, we have, you know, the amount of people who die of medical malpractice. I think it's the second highest amount of people who die in first world countries is like medical malpractice.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, what's it called? Iatrogenic death. Yeah,
I could. No, I've read that too. I think you're right. Yeah.
Mm.
I heard you tell a story one time on a podcast I was listening to. You said in like 2001, you brought a bunch of changa to Iquitos.
No, that was in 2005.
Oh, 2005.
Yeah. Actually, in 2005, I just brought DMT. And then in 2006, I brought a bunch of changa and, you know, gave it to all the people there. And I gave it to this one American guy I was kind of teasing him because he was into breaks music. I was like...
What kind of music?
Breaks. It was the scene of music going on in San Francisco at the time. You know, this genre. It's kind of...
Like breakdancing? Like what?
No, it's a kind of subgenre of EDM, electronic dance music.
Okay.
It's very predictable, boring. And he said, well, I won't tell you what we really think of Australians. So I gave him a little envelope that I had, and he wrote the name down as not CH, but XANGA.
Oh, jeez.
And then later on, he was posting online that he met these Australians who had this spiritual community in Australia and who gave him this material. And then he went to the West Coast and started making it. And that's how that meme caught on. And now I just say to people, can we burn it with fire? No more Zanga. It's like ridiculous, right? What the fuck?
What's worse, Zanga or Changa?
Look, you know, even though I might seem intolerant, it's like, come on, you say tomato, it's like, it's not